Hello and welcome back. Right, I don't know if this is global and everyone's affected by this with the latest update, but this is like going back to when I was on the old stream farm. I'm going to work and talk at the same time. When all script-based mods stopped working, I cannot. Literally, I went to bed last night, did a recording on Attingham of very low quality. I tweaked with my settings, but it still worked fine. There was absolutely nothing wrong with it. Then came today. Obviously, it'd been a silence update, I presume, because this morning I couldn't make a single recording. I couldn't load a single map with all of my settings. So on a hunch, I thought, well, is this a repeat? Because we've had 2 updates in the past year where there was always script-based mods that were affected. So on that grounds, I removed every single script-based mod, including Courseplay, obviously. And everything's fine. I can literally come on all maps. So I'm presuming that it's not just me, but again, there's that moment where you are on your own. Where I went on the news, DJ Goham on Farm Sim News, just to see if anyone else having issues with things, but it's obviously too early and nothing is out there so far. It seems to indicate that why is it not on auto? It's not on auto because whatever mod has done weird things. Oh, what does that mean? I've got to do that all over again. Or have I? No, I have. Gordon Bennett. Right. Okay. Let's do that again then. Oh, I hate that. It's like not easy to see where you've been. Oh well. Let's switch that on then. Yeah, I've tried to switch it off and try to be good. Yeah, there's all sorts of things that are affected, including the hood. Yeah, the hood is broken. It's the messaging system that you get. I don't know whether script-based mods were part of, or weird. Obviously, I've got that many script-based mods that do little things, additional field settings, additional game settings, you name it. I've got nearly all of those mods installed. Special water filling jobs. Not that I use them all like most people. I've got to be honest. I am just the same as everybody else, in so much as I've got lots of mods. The ones that are really are smart in are the additional paint and repair settings. They're the ones as Sleep Anywhere, obviously another script-based mod that is not working. So yes, it's right now it's literally just equipment is all I've got loaded in. Just modded tractors, modded everything, but there's certainly not a single script-based mod. Now I'm going out on a limb and presuming that this is affecting everybody else, and the reason I say that is because I am fortunate in so much as I have both the Giants version of the game as well as the Steam version, and the games themselves are in completely different bits on my hard drive. They are completely two complete installs of Farming Simulator. So I know for a fact that... One second. Let's have a look how we look now. It's going dark. It's going to need another field scan. It's not that the pH is wrong, it's that the data's going dark. Because we have been here for some years with us doing such quick turnarounds. In fact, let's have a look at that. Yeah, it feels very strange. You'll notice there's no courseplay section in this. There are no courses or anything, so very strange. Right, anyway, years. 6 years. Obviously, we scanned the fields, I think, probably in year 2, so they are literally beginning to go dark. So, I'm in a bit of a dilemma, because I'm not 100% sure that I'm right, but with having 2 sets of the games are both responding in exactly the same way, I'm presuming this is global and it isn't just some weirdness about my PC. So yes, yeah, another one of those monstrous things. So I find myself in rather a strange. In fact, why am I dropping that down there? Right, we need to do some more. No, we don't. We're doing the next set of planting's going to be done next year. Yeah, I'm going to keep the coupling trolley on this, I think. But I have done some further testing. I actually, on my Thornton, I thought, being as we'd got this to work nicely on this map, although we had that issue last session with the fertilising, I thought, well, I'm going to put the coupling trolley into that because it's such a reasonable price mod. Well, it had even worse clashes on that Let's Play. So do you know, I literally finally said enough. It might not be the Forscher itself, and as I've just said to Big Bat Hen on one of the comments that he made, the bottom line is whatever mod clash is happening. I had the same with the SMP. It was one of the most reasonably priced modded water things at 10-ton limit and pretty much did everything, and it was 2,500 is all it cost. So I obviously, what's not to like for a start from scratch? It's cheap, reasonable. Right, let's just, yeah, I can't run fast either, so I will be using vehicles much better, but it does mean I'm slower than I normally would be. Right, so silage, yeah, we've not actually gone to sleep, have we? So we've done all of the, yeah, literally got everything out, and we're gonna plant, yeah, our potatoes. I do realise in the last session I'd already started the canola on that side of the field, and I said I was wanting to do the potatoes, and I'm thinking, when I'm watching it back in editing, you wally, you're talking about planting potatoes on that side that you've already started the canola going on the field. So yeah, also, I think we're going to do soy again, because that soy drink, I do think I am right. I think we should split this field, because it's not about capacity. There are quite a few crop types that we can stick in that to get the most out of the mods that we've got. That is a fantastic mod with lots of different recipes. So I think we should use that. So it's not about necessarily getting a huge yield of one crop. I think it's more important that we actually split the field and actually do 2 crops. So let's grab a vehicle, because I am slow now and it's going to really slow things down. So let's grab this again. Yeah, I'm used to the auto start thing as well. One thing I will say, I did have a mod installed that must have done something to the camera zoom level, because I like that level. This is base game. That's a nice level. So there was something that was making the zoom level about that naturally. So I'm really pleased that in the base game, whatever was doing that particular camera zoom level has gone, because this is much better. You can see the detail on the actual masses so well. Right, so now then, let's have a look. 22 is about where the numbers 22 is, so I think that is where we're going to split it, because that to me looks not far off halfway. So when the tractor on the map, mini-map, is about next to the blue numbers. Yeah, it's such a shame as well that with this massive headland that we aren't allowed to take any of it. I can't believe that. Right, let's do some work. This is not about, yeah, we don't need this to be massive either. No, not at all. And I agree with one of the viewers' comments as well. I really do. That I would really wish the Giants would do a straight line thing where you could join 2 sections and just go bang. That would be so fantastic, it really would. Anyway, that is not enabled, so I think we need to go 2 widths. This is just literally about, yeah, this is going to be, I'm going to do this slowly. I want this to be fairly small, if I'm honest. So that's a little bit zoomed out. Can I go in a little bit more? nothing else, making it into 2 fields. Obviously, the other thing is at present I can't use Courseplay because that is a script-based mod. I mean that this is Courseplay is probably the only script-based mod that I really couldn't live without, and I could live without Courseplay. It's just that it is like my right arm. It really is my core mod my go-to guy, you could say, definitely as mods. The mods that you really can't. So I didn't realize it got rid of stone when you actually did that. So yes, I seriously am missing that. A base game workers. Yeah, I can work with it. It's just that it slows you down. I can rely on Courseplay with jobs that base game workers can't do. You can't use lots of pieces of equipment. I mean, obviously I can bale, I can do... you've got to be sort of smack bang on it to get rid of it. It doesn't work if it's slightly to the side. Yeah, so I am missing that. But a lot... the paint settings, sleep anywhere, those are the ones that, yeah, seriously, I am missing. But there are lots of mods that I really could do without. And obviously, whatever the camera zoom thing is, now that I'm not missing. Yeah, whatever thing that was playing around with zoom levels. So it's only when you remove all script-based mods that you realise which ones are playing with settings that they shouldn't play with. Now, why are we moving to the right? Nearly there. Apologise for the length of this, but if I did this fast, then it really would go terrible. I just want this to be a demarcation line, so that we split the field almost, equally, because it's more about getting more crops than it is about, not more crops as in quantity, but more crops as in types, because there's lots of recipes in our thing. So let's have a look at what that looks like. Yeah, smashing. And we should now, will the worker recognise that? Well, I suppose it will when you start to plant. So, being as that is the case, I do think what we should do is some of this. Now then, that is true. August. Do we... Yes, we want some barley or we want some wheat. So we're going to do barley again because it comes in June. Is it June or July? It's the month that I think it's June. I'm sure it is. Barley is the month of June, whereas wheat is July, August. So if we plant now, September. It's tomorrow morning. Then we'll get some of the silage into the BGA as well, and crack on. Yeah, I'm trying to keep this a short session as well. I may have got my settings correct now. Let's just do that as well. It's been as with painting and doing things like that, because that's not quite right. So it's a weird when you're against the map. Yeah, let's just get that green blob just right there. Excellent. And that one there as well. Lovely. Right, I do like when things look right. Right, so I suppose we could have done this field as... No, I want this as parts because this is pure loam, so we get a fantastic, which we saw how many tons we got from this. Amazing. The other thing is I would like to try the other potato thing to see if I was right or whether I was wrong, because in potato technology, the new Grimmy technology, we use the little one. We use that one there. And that drew the potatoes out and left them in windrows on top. Now, this one reads that the harvester collects the potatoes from the ground. You do not require a home cutter before using this machine. Now, it threw me a bit of a wobbler because obviously I think this one does the job of the home cutter too. And if it does, it's got to draw them from out of the ground. Now, it threw me because it says potatoes from the ground. I was like thinking of the one that we'd already used, that it was obviously dragging them from under the ground, but was throwing them on top. Whereas that one is, in my eyes, a home cutter 2. In other words, it does two jobs in one, which is why it's slightly dearer. That's what I'm thinking it does. So that is what we're going to go with. I think we're going to lease that one again this coming year, and we're going to try that one, and we're going to use the belt system again. And this is the ideal candidate because it really is a nice size field, and I think we'd learn. It didn't take very long for me to grab the potatoes off with that belt system, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing that again. Which, yeah, this is me saying I want to do potatoes. Absolutely amazing. Right, now then, so did I? Yeah, I did. I did do the fertilising, but we know it was going wrong. So, right, anyway, we now need to go through to September. So, no, I'm sure everyone's going to be okay with me running across the field a little slower. It's me that's getting, I'm not adjusted to this. Oh, of course, we've lost our trailer. It was one of the auto loads. That's a blow. Right, okay. And I can't even put any money back in. There is no F12 tool. So I can't. Yeah, I've got 59,000. This is as cross-play as it gets. It really is. So I've got absolutely no script-based mods. I do love this house and the detail. It's very good. It looks, even through the door, it's absolutely amazing. It truly is. Why is that? Oh, it is. This is what I was saying. Now, you'll note there's no console. There's a map, but when I go on that, it should say to me on the screen with that yellow writing that I can sleep. But it's not doing that. But that doesn't mean to say it can't. If I press my left mushroom, it still does sleep. It just doesn't say it sleeps. So change time to 9 o'clock. Oh, do you know there's 2 days? I never looked at the sales. Oh no, I didn't on Attingham. I was a terror. Two or 3 months I went through on Attingham and I didn't look at the sales once. I'm losing my touch because it is one of my favourite times of the day. Yeah, our production and property maintenance is about stealing away the money from our generators, which is that's what I really want them for. It really is that one thing where, right, let's have a look. Good, needs rolling. Yeah. Did I buy the coupling trolley, the other one? I did mean to. I was planning on actually, so I should have 2 in miscellaneous. If I did, I thought I did, but no, it would be right next door. Yeah, I did mean to. With all the trouble I had with the mods and recording software and all that yesterday, yeah, what I intended to do was start this episode with me down the shop. But, as you can see, I have no trailer. Yeah. And I can't put any money in to even compensate for that, so it is what it is. Right, okay then, so it is now September. We need to get our... Yeah, the other thing I'll say as well, this little 135 horsepower manages the forestry fine. Obviously I'd got no tractors yesterday, so I thought, oh well, I'll use the forestry, or I'll try to use the forestry and probably be slower or something like that. Well, it wasn't, not at all. It was absolutely fine. So although it says 210 horsepower on the tin, it actually is absolutely fine. Right, we want barley, number 2. Right, let's grab some seeds, which we know we've got quite a lot in here. Yes, I do remember, and I'm not going to do a funny voice today like I did in yesterday's episode. Oh, yeah, this is it again. No message to tell me that so I've got to guess when it says you can fill. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. What is... That's it. Yeah, we can link these, can't we? The same as you can the... Right, so then. Well, this is going to be interesting, because this is... yeah, I'm going to do a headland, and then I'm going to set a normal traditional worker. You'll not have seen me do it like this because I very, very rarely use traditional workers. So, am I going to go into a time lapse? Yeah, I am. So, yeah, I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, imagine I've come out of time. That's because silly old me forgot to grab the precision farming scanner, didn't I? And I don't have store deliveries mod, so yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to race down to the shop, grab that and bring it straight back up, because there's no point in me doing that until we've scanned the field, as we found out last time. I did say I'd learnt my lesson, so yeah, that is definitely what we're going to do. So I am going to say I'm going to see you shortly. Right, yeah, I'm buying these scouts. I was going to lease it, and I thought, you know, I know it's going to, but it's something we're going to need. So I am back down at the shop. No, I didn't reset. You can't. Yeah, you can't see. You can't if you click on things. Oh, okay. Now it does say reset. Oh, that's bizarre. Sorry, when I tried that at the top of the map, it wouldn't let you reset. So I thought, well, the reset's not working, but that's bizarre. I bought a Joskin. I seriously missed the Joskin, even though the transport was good in its own way. Right, we need to put that down. It's not, yeah, the Joskin. I've so got used to that being my right hand. Where's that? Oh no, it's no. I found out how to do. Oh, is it? It's weird. The other auto load one, you use the up and your left bumper button. This one is just straight. Use your A key and bumper and mushroom. So bizarre. From one different version of this to the next, it's different to unfold it. Right. Anyway, let's see enough of this. Mechanics. Let's get on with some farming. Yeah, I thought I'd stick these both on and run them back up to the. Yeah, I bought the. What are the boards? The thingamajig that went on the front of this that I've now changed to from low configuration. Yeah, ooh, it's a nice group. Let's drop that down. Grab that. I think that will suffice. No doubt I'll get. Mind you, I've got. It's the other thing is, even if I can, we have got low funds. We have. It's no good pretending we haven't. So I want to be very careful. You never know when there's going to be a sale item that you could need, even a cheap one. So we do need these scout. I know we could have leased it, but it is useful. Never. I'm not worried about the nitrogen one. That one's. I may start to use it again. It's yeah, I got a bit annoyed with it at the beginning because yeah, and also there are a couple of mods where I thought they were scanners. But yeah, I'm quite pleased in a way. I got used to in FS19 the fact that you could sort of use the cheaty ones, the ones that are just scan. They were much nicer, much easier to use. But now that I've found the trick that you can actually scan the fields anyway with a traditional worker, now that is something I doubt very much you will be able to do without crossplay. That is true. I had not considered that. Although I have never tried to use it with a normal worker, but I would be heavily shocked if that works. Truly heavily shocked. Now I did go for a bit of a. Glad I didn't have the cameras rolling coming down this road because I think I was a bit annoyed. And anger is not the best emotion for keeping one's calm, and I've literally flipped this, not like roly-poly, but literally where I did a twiddle and the thing came in front of me. Look, there was nobody on the road at the time, but yeah, the only one who looked silly was me. Yeah, it's a bit, it is wanting to turn a bit, so I'm going to keep my speed. That car was flying for a second then. Yeah, I'm going to keep my speed reasonable, because if you go above 80 with the trailer it can get a bit funny. So yeah, so we're down to 23,000, having to buy this trailer a second time, and I cannot give myself the money back, even though that would be fair. It is what it is. I'm almost tempted to grab seven of the toys to compensate myself, but you know, no, it is what it is. This has been no different to being on console, really. Although, yeah, I suppose there is the government subsidy side, but yeah, I'd sooner keep things as they are. Hopefully they will sort this problem out with the script-based mods. It only took 2 or 3 days last time for that. Of course, I'm presuming that it is, because I say it's both versions of my game, so I'm presuming it's a... Now, the game at no point told me I was updating it. It probably was another one. It seems to be all silent updates now. There's not many of those where it's telling you it's updating it. But yeah, I had no problems one day, and the next day I had major problems on both versions of the game, and they both say 1.8. 1 something or something. The Steam version is not quite as up to date as the right, 1 second, let's get on with it. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan this, and then I'm going to fertilise it, and I'm going to leave it at that point. Yeah, because it's still been quite a long session. I don't want it to be sort of so major. It's taken. Right, let's unfold you, and let's undo you, and let's switch you off. Right, so let's grab the case to do a bit of scanning, and oh, that is true. That is true. I haven't put the RTK station down. I think it's in containers. I'm sure it's in a really weird place. Could be under tools where you'd expect it to be. I'm almost sure. I've got a feeling that it's not. Okay. Well, I think your feeling's wrong. I think it really is in this time. That's a weather station. Oh, I bet I've not got it in. I think I am right. I'm sure it is in container. And of course... No, I wouldn't have thought I had to remove the RTK station, if I'm honest. But it doesn't seem to be there. No, it doesn't. Is it in? Because neither is the proper one. And I would have thought... Sheds? Surely not in sheds. I remember last time I looked for this, it was in a weird place. Because because I know why. Because the original is as well. Right, okay. We shall stick that there where it's not in the way. Yeah, that's smashing. That's another 3,500. Right, okay. So then let's grab the Massey. And let's let it go. We did alright. Yeah, I was very nicely surprised when the worker turned around quite nicely. Now, I don't think this is going to work with a traditional worker. I think it'll go, no, I am not using that. Yeah, all my workers have got traditional names. There's no Star Wars names either, because obviously that was another thing that was affected heavily. Right, let's try you, but I don't think you're going to understand when I hit the B key what I'm asking you to do. I think you're going to go blur. Let's just see, shall we? Yes, you have. Right, so yeah, because it always goes to that screen when it goes wrong. Okay then, so this is just little old me then. Which I thought it would be. So I'm going to go into a time lapse because I'm going to record the field, and then we're going to fertilise it, and then we're going to leave it. Yeah, I'll do the liming and I've got to. No, I can actually set a traditional worker with the liming, can't I? I can. That is true. So I will do that. I'm going to set the worker going with the limer, and we are going to do the fertilising on this half of our little field. Is that going to get a bit... It's almost a 22. And it's not going to hurt if we do that. Now is it? So let's do that, because it is one field still. We're not going to worry about this side, but I am going to do it for now. Right, Yeah, anyway, I said I was going to go into a time lapse and I'm still waffling, so yeah, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Yeah, just to prove a point, if you look at the dark on that, I'm actually matching that, but look, there's a red line. It is exactly as I said last session, and this is a brand new session. It's like, if you even look with the tractor, it's like the one on the right is not working at all. I don't know, that's the point, that if we very carefully go straight behind it and look here, weeds growing. This even saying weeds are still growing. Yeah, nitrogen bad. It does. Yeah, it does actually show you that the nitrogen is green. It's a little bit okay. Of course, it's not actually fully under. So yes, it actually does show it's perfect. Nitrogen's bad in front where the little dot is. and then if you come a little bit, it's nitrogen bad orange, and then it's nitrogen okay. It's almost like the nitrogen follows a few seconds later. If we go straight behind the middle one, and then we go straight behind this one's nitrogen bad all along, which does prove that I am actually right for once. The animations might be all working, and we can see that all three are on and that it's lowered, but unfortunately the force rate again for a second session is not performing as it should do, and it's all switched on. So if you consider this is a major thing for us, yeah, the normal worker did let me down, as I thought they would, which is why of course I like to use Courseplay, because they are absolutely rubbish. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can use, yes, Mr. Silly P, lots of people on console do use it, not Courseplay because you can't, but it is a lot of hard work, this should work, but then again I suppose it's like everything with FS22 and FS19, you find workarounds for so much because very little works as it should do. Yeah, it is strange. Yeah, I mean, obviously mods, we sort of rely on them so much, but yeah, the base game workers are not very friendly. Yeah, you can see that's not working as it should do. It's a shame, it really is. Yeah, I'm smarting a bit, if I'm honest, for the loss of Courseplay because of this very reason. But look at that, look at the red line again. You can see the animation saying that it's going dark in every single way, but unfortunately, yeah, this isn't. So, I don't know what to say. I can't do 2/3 of the fertilising on a field, even if it's for free, because that's actually coming at a great cost to us on the farm. It's not actually working properly. It really is terrible. Now that's weird, because this time the one on the right is working and the one on the left isn't. So it's very bizarre. Yeah, now that I've gone this way, now it's not. Very strange. Very, very strange. Anyway, yes, let's crack on. It's not gonna take me more than a couple of minutes. I am really fed up. I would like to get this bit here done. It's just all an absolute pain in the backside. I want to get that done as well. I've got to get that little patch seeded. It's just not awful, but yeah, I think I'm going to switch back to traditional. I mean, I don't even know if the weeder sections. Mind you, no, the weeders never let us down. It really hasn't. I'm thinking about this in the past. It's not done a bad job, so I don't know. As I said, you can't really say which mod it is, because Stone Valley is still a mod, as I said in last session. It is true, you can't really say it is the Foreship. The thing that leads me to think it is the Foreship is because I use this on my... I thought it was a double test. On Thornton I bought 2 sets of these, 2 trolleys, 3 sets of rollers and 3 sets of harrows, the weeding harrows, and I built it on the shop, and it actually stuck in the ground, and I thought, the chance of a mod going wrong on 2 separate maps is very, very slight. Even though it's a conclusion you don't really want to come to, I think you'll find it's the Foreship coupling trolley. And yes, I know Milkbat Hen didn't have any issues, but I do have a case in question. I used to have the SMP on. It's a fantastic water trolley. It's cheap as chips, $2,500 euros, pounds, depending on what map you're playing on. And on PC, on Western Wilds, I had it. It was one of the first things I bought because I thought it's really cheap. It does everything. It's fantastic. It really is. But it didn't work. It literally kept crashing and burning. It was sensing the trigger, then it wasn't sensing the trigger. So in the end, I binned it. I waited for a long time for there to be an update, and there wasn't one. Then I watched one of Mr. Sealy P's videos where he had got the SMP and it worked absolutely perfectly for him. So I think this is like me and Milkbat Hen had that discussion the other day, where it really is down to mod clashes, and also people always presumes PC is the most stable. Well, I don't know. It seems sometimes that the mods released in crossplay seem to be more stable in some ways, which is good. I'm glad console does have something better, because it's that way. It is. Right, well, we're going to just finish. Yeah. Luckily for us, this is a mechanical weeder. Wink, wink. So it won't affect anything. Yeah, so I think it's just mod clashes. I truly do. Yeah, and I mean, you can see the animation working on this, but you can also see the red, so it's not working as it should. But again, yeah, I do think it's the portrait because, as I said, I've used it on Thornton, and it likewise, it just dug into the ground without it even being lowered. So it does do very strange things, but it may not be the portrait itself. It may be something that it doesn't like, and unfortunately, this is the weaker of the two mods, and it comes out with this. It could well be that, because we're still getting issues here with the fertilisation state. And although it will cost me to put fertiliser down, I'd sooner do that, really would, than have this. I suppose actually there is I've got to do it twice, but there is another thing you could say. Because we've got precision farming and now we've scanned the fields, we could actually set a normal fertiliser going, and it shouldn't cost us a lot, because it should only do the bits that are red. It should, because it should sense the fact that it's actually been done elsewhere. So, although it's a pain, we've got to weed with this. It's still not absolutely awful. It is possible, but we can still, yeah. There's a silver lining, let's put it that way. But I do intend, I think, truthfully, on removing the coupling trolley going forward. Yeah, I can't put up with this. It's awful. It really is. Can't have unstable mods to this extent, which is a horrible thing. And as I say, it may not be this, but its trouble is that it's this that it's affecting. So, right, let's grab the stop. Yeah, I'm going to use it for this particular Let's Play, I think. I'm not going to have a... Because it is sort of working. It is a shame, because obviously I do truly stick by what I said, which is that I do think it's got a mark of greatness. I truly think, had it been finished, or maybe... Well, I suppose I look at it this way, when there were only 3 mods loaded, this, the case, and this, it still didn't work properly. So, yeah, so to me it still says it's the portrait, although I don't know, because it's done it on 2 maps now, so... Right, smashing, that is that little bit done. So that is sorted, that is where I'm going to leave this session. Yes, it has been still alright. If everything had worked well, then we would have got far more work done than we ever probably would have been in October now, but yeah, it wasn't meant to be. We've done a lot of things. We've bought things that are useful. Yeah, I'll keep talking about rounding the equipment out, and that is true. We've got the other trolley for the rollers, so we will roll that next session as well. Shall I? No, I'm going to do that off camera. You saw even with the existing, no, with that new one, how it skids around. It is awful, it really is. But one thing I am going to do quickly off camera is I'm going to set this up. Yeah, grab the other thing, and also get the big bag winch off this, because obviously it's connected with its cables. So I'm going to say, I really do truly hope that you stick with me on this journey, and thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now. Case in question, yeah, this is just see them both crawling. Literally stopped just as they roll and such things like that, so just thought I'd quickly grab them. But yeah, they stopped rolling now typically. I think that's because of the stalks. the time that the trolley rolled right away across the field was, I think, one of those when it didn't have stalks on. Now you can see the fact that there are stalks on. I think if I ploughed the field, I might not have the same issues I've got. The stalks have got resistance. Now giants have, yeah, you can see it moving now. It's almost like as soon as it comes in closeness to, we can actually lower this, so I will do. I don't want this rolling. I'm trying to get them in position, so. This is going to be full, it really is, and I'm not going to add any additional pressure by. Yeah, so I just wanted to add that a little tiny addendum just to show that literally the second I said it, they will start rolling. So yeah, we'll see shortly. Now then, I haven't touched that, and it's rolling. Literally suddenly, as soon as it comes close to this one, starts to roll. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. It's absolute pain in the backside, it really is. So frustrating, really. Right, let's drop that down, and let's drop that. Let's see if we can sort this mess. I'll do it on camera. Yeah, I'll give you all a laugh. It is ridiculous, though, it really is. Right, so let's go and get that front loader. We'll at least get that. It could be the big bag winch. It's, yeah, the straps on it. It could be white because it's close to it. It does sometimes do it. Not the big bag winch, I mean all the mods in proximity to other mods. I was having a good look. I was trying to find what was new in the update, but I couldn't see anything. Even though it said there was no equipment, so I don't know what I was looking for. But yeah, one thing I did notice was that I did miss a trick. Although we got that on special, the planter. Where am I going? Yeah, there was already one that was slightly bigger and cheaper. It was only 1,000, so I still don't regret it because it's part of the Grimmy pack. But yeah, it just sort of schooled me a bit. I thought, you don't quite know what you've got in your mods as much as you think. Right, so no, I think it's going to be too heavy for me, if I'm honest. So let's just struggle on with it. I've got to struggle on with this once. Always get out the tractor and get disoriented because I'm going the wrong way. Right, okay then, so it really does want to heavily go the other way. Yeah, my wheels are alright and they're in the right way. Wait, let's roll backwards. Cool, that's terrible. Let's go to the far one. Smashing. Okay, well, that was not too bad. Now the other one's rolling. And this is on a field with stalks, so it's not the big bag winch, it's actually itself. You could say that's helpful, but I'm not so sure. Now the other one's starting to roll, so it is. It's this itself. It's almost like it doesn't like itself. And it reacts. Right, okay then, let's see. Can we make this go heavily that way and then turn it back on? We can just play nicely this one time. No, you really don't want to turn that way, do you? Even with that heavily a turn. Let's just see, will you roll towards me? Will patience fix this issue for me? Indeed it will. Absolutely amazing. Right, there you have it. It is a pain though, it really is, and it wasn't the big bag winch that was causing it to react, it was itself. So I'm going to stick this in readiness for rolling. Do you know, let's do it. Yeah, I just want to get this done, I truly do. Right, So let's unfold and let's release, and let's do this properly. Do you want to do a little bit of a time lapse? Do you know I will, because it is still a few minutes, it truly is, and yeah, would be nice to just finish this though. It is finished. I suppose though, would it? No, do you know, I'm going to leave it till next time. It is raining. So let's fold that. Is that one? Right. No, that's excellent. So, I am going to leave it there. I'm going to put that all together. It's going to be a little bit longer session, but next time, when it's not raining, realism. I keep saying about realism, and I do mean it. So it's a shame about the fertilising. It is, but it is true. I am right. If we grab the fertiliser and do that, now we've scanned the fields, it should just do the bits that are. It shouldn't take much fertiliser at all. So yeah, there's a bit of an overlap with it, but yeah, while we've got it, I'm going to use it to the full. I am. Anyway, yes, I am really going this time, so I'm going to say goodbye for the second time.